Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都还难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Mr. Tony Reed in the studio. Hi, Tony.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's a pleasure to be here as usual.
It's great to have you here. I feel like recently on Takeaway Chinese, we're doing this subtle little mini series of how to do things. We've talked about how to apologize, how to compliment someone. So some of the how-tos are really nice.
Right.
Some of the how-tos are a little bit, hard to express.
Yeah, like expressing or how to apologize. Not necessarily for me, but I think you expressed last time that it was hard for you to say
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a little bit hard for me. And another thing that is hard for me to say is it's sometimes hard for me to express my feelings to special someone.
You mean positive feelings?
Positive feelings
Okay.
can also be really hard.
Feelings of fire, huh?
Maybe not that passionate, just there. But yes, expressing your love to someone can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it can be depending on, because the fear of rejection, right? Yeah, that can be...
Right?
Yeah, it makes us really anxious.
Anxious it is. So in Chinese, we would say 表白.
表白.
表白. So 表达 carries the meaning of express. 白 is kind of like saying clear. So make clear what I'm thinking. I would open my heart and let you look at it, leaving no secret of my own. 表白, making it like confessing everything.
Ooh, so vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
Being very transparent with you.
Love makes people vulnerable.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, 表白. So, do you have I don't think it's a pickup line, but it's a confessing your love kind of line.
I think it's pickup line or compliments that are done in a certain way constantly. Not constantly. Constantly is too much, but
So you like the 细水长流,水到渠成 kind of feelings, like
I don't even know what that means.
water flowing very smoothly, but kind of quietly, and after a while, everything just, what happens.
Right. If
We call it 水到渠成. So with the water flowing, a little river just gradually happen. It happens. You didn't make it happen. It just happened.
Right. I think if it's a waterfall, then it's too much. Because they could just reject it or pull out an umbrella and just be like, no, this is just, this shower that you're giving me is just not my, it's not my style. So. And then you're just so vulnerable. And then I think from there's no recovery.
You're like 细水长流, small stream of water flowing steadily for a long time. Didn't see that metaphor goes that far, but it works.
I think so.
All right, so today we're talking about 表白, confessing one's love. Hopefully after today's episodes, our dear friends out there would be able to express their feelings, their strong or special feelings to someone else in Chinese. So, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway.
今晚你有空吗？我们晚上一起去吃饭吧。
可以呀，不过你今天怎么不和你的饭搭子一起吃啦？
今天不是七夕吗？所以今天就不想和他们吃饭了。
哦，那你想和谁吃？
想和你。你今晚有空吗？我们晚上一起去吃饭吧。
可以呀，不过你今天怎么不和你的饭搭子一起吃了？
今天不是七夕吗？所以今天就不想和他们吃饭了。
哦，那你想和谁吃？
想和你。
Ooh, a very subtle, confessing, saying your love kind of conversation.
Yeah, it's
Do you find
kind
it
of,
too subtle?
I didn't really see it as a pickup at all until the end. Yeah, so I think
that's
it's really,
that's
really,
the trick.
Yeah, it's really subtle.
All right, so let's take a look at the very normal, nothing going on first part of the conversation and gradually move on to the confessing love part. For the first sentence, 你今晚有空吗？我们晚上一起去吃饭吧。
So this is, are you free tonight? Let's go have dinner together. Ni is you, 今晚. I think this is tonight.
Tonight, this night, 今天晚上 this night, today's night.
今晚, and then 有 was have. And then 空 is like free. So
a blank.
And then ma, of course, is the question.
Do you have a blank on your schedule tonight?
Right. Do you have freedom tonight? And then 我们 is we. And then 晚上, I think that's tonight or a night.
Yes, a night.
And then 一起 is together. 吃 is go. And then 吃 is eat. And then 饭 is like dinner.
Yes.
And then 吧 is like something that we do together. Right?
Yeah,
or
it's
let's do something.
Completely innocent sentence. Very useful sentence. 我们明天一起去吃饭吧. Let's have dinner tomorrow. 我们周末一起去逛街吧.
周末, I know this word.
周末.
周末.
Weekend.
Oh, right. Yeah. I knew that.
Yes, you do. And 逛街 is go shopping. So let's go shopping during the weekend. 我们下午一起去公园吧.
下午, this is the afternoon.
Afternoon.
Together.
Go to a park.
Go to a park.
So that's how you make an invitation, basically.
Okay.
可以呀，不过你今天怎么不和你的饭搭子一起吃了？
I like how your voice got lighter here because it's like a woman's voice. Because girls don't ask guys out, right?
Yes, we do. We do.
So 可以呀, that's like sure, but why aren't you eating with your meal pals today?
I like that translation there.
Yes. It almost sounds like this person is a little bit upset that you're always eating with these individuals, right? Possibly.
Nah, we can explain that a bit later.
All right, so 可以呀, this is another way of saying we
sure.
can. Or
Yes,
sure.
let's.
不过, I think that's but. 你 is you. 今天 is today. 怎么 is how.
How come? Yep.
Or how come. 不 is like not. And then 和你, I think.
With yours.
With you.
和你的 with yours.
So
with your.
饭搭子.
饭搭子. It's a really new word.
Okay.
饭 is meal. 搭子 is like your pals or your people you do certain things with.
Goes together with.
Goes together with.
Okay, so
搭 carries the meaning of match. So it's like when we do this thing, we are a match. We do it together. So we have 饭搭子. It's like food match thing. So food pal or meal pals. And you can have 旅游搭子.
旅游
搭子.
It's like travel buddies?
Yes. So if I am making a travel plan, I would always think about these people I'd like to travel with.
So
you can also
always indicates people.
In this structure, yes.
Okay.
So you can also have 电影搭子.
电影 movie pals.
Movie pals. I have a certain taste for movies. For example, I like horror movies a lot, and I would always go to a horror movie with certain friends.
真的吗?
Yeah.
Oh, you like horror movies?
I like horror movies.
That's cool.
Because if you invite some other friends, they may not have a taste for it.
Yeah, they get squirrely and I can't watch that.
I don't want to go.
Really
yeah,
annoying.
something like that.
Yeah.
I know you like horror movies too.
Yeah.
We should be horror movie 搭子.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, so that's 搭子. It's a new thing, or maybe it has been there for quite a while, but recently on the Chinese internet, people started to give it a proper name it deserves for a really long time. That is the 搭子. People, it's how we social, we do things with certain people that share our interest to this thing.
Okay. So 饭搭子, food clan, and then 一起 is together, 吃 is eat, and then 了 is like
the end of the
end of the
sentence.
sentence. Okay.
今天不是七夕嘛，所以今天就不想和他们吃饭了。
So today is Qixi Festival. I don't want to eat with other people. So 今天 is today, 不是 is not, and then 七夕 ma. So I think Qixi is the festival.
Yes.
And then ma is normally like a question. So I think this is like, isn't it something, right?
Look at you getting, familiarized with the Chinese way of talking. Some people would find it tricky or find it hard to understand because if I say 今天是七夕, today is the Qixi festival. 今天不是七夕, today is not the Qixi festival. 今天不是七夕嘛?
Yeah, the ma is the question.
Yeah, here it's again, even though in the sentence you see 不 right there, it actually means it is.
I think it works for me because we have a direct English translation for that. We ask a lot of people in this way too. So that's why I get it. 所以, this is so. 今天 today. And then 就不想
just then, don't want
then, don't want to. 和 and then or together with. 他们 you guys.
Or them.
吃饭了 so eat with them. So it's like asking so you don't want to eat with them, something like that.
Yeah, it's like saying, so today I do not want to eat with them because today is a special day. A special day you have dinner with special people. I'm suggesting that. Oh, 那你想和谁吃?
So this is, so who do you want to eat with? This question here almost implies that this person is like inviting themselves to this.
I know, they're trying to make you say it out loud.
Yeah. So O is obviously O in English, and then na is like, is this then? 你想 you want. 和 is like with, and then 谁 is who. And then 吃 is eat.
Yes.
Okay, so who do you want to eat with?
Who do you want to eat with? 想和你.
This just is I want with you. Or just you, right?
Yeah, I want to have dinner with you.
想 is like want, and then 和 is like with, and then 你 is you.
Yeah, so this conversation is getting a little bit more and more, romantic and expressing feelings towards each other. Because I think in the very beginning of the conversation, the invitation of having dinner together is already delivered. Yet saying again, 那你想和谁吃啊? It's actually, making you say it out loud that you want to have dinner with me on this very special day. So I feel like the feeling's mutual.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of reading into the words that I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a female trait or not, because for us, for guys, it's just more like A and B. The first one is like, do you want to go out tonight? And she says, I'm a little bit busy tonight. And it's like, okay, that's it.
Aww.
But if she's like, yeah, then it's like, okay, cool. So then what time can I pick you up? I mean, they wouldn't go into details like, aren't you supposed to be eating with this person or that person? Because that implies, other things.
No, I feel like the person in the conversation is trying to figure out if you just want to have dinner with me in a innocent kind of manner, like two colleagues having dinner together, or if you're implying something else.
I see.
A lot of 试探, feeling out people's ideas in that conversation.
Okay.
Let's give it a go.
All right. 你今晚有空吗？我们晚上一起吃饭吧。
可以呀，不过你今天怎么不和你的饭搭子一起吃了？
今天不是七夕吗？所以今天就不想和他们吃饭了。
哦，那你想和谁吃？
想和你。
You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Hongling, and Tony, who have just acted out a conversation between two potential lovers in the future. Coming up next, let's talk about more pickup lines in Chinese, confessing your love kind of line in Chinese, and make it romantic and useful for today's episode. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony here in the studio. So in the conversation, there were a lot of feeling out, expressing your feelings, using others as excuse, or using not being with others as excuse kind of thing happening. But there are actually a lot of useful expressions in Chinese related to this theme. For instance, in English, I know there are a lot of pickup lines.
Sure.
Care to share some?
I don't really have any in the top of my head other than, you must be tired because you've been running through my mind all night. Something, cheesy like that. But
yeah, in Chinese, we would find a little bit too cheesy. See, in English, if you find something too much, you would say cheesy. In Chinese, we say oily. 油
oily.
有点油
Yo.
I feel like oily is much more negative than cheesy. Cheesy is just kind of suggesting it's a bit cliche and it's a bit too much.
Yeah, or it's silly.
It's silly,
and
right?
It misses its mark. But you understand what the person's trying to say,
yes.
But it doesn't really resonate, so you say, oh, that's cheesy.
It's cheesy. But in
corny.
Chinese, when we say it's yo, it's oily, you're saying a little bit greasy and oily and not, I can't respond to that.
Really? Being picky. Jeez.
But the one you have just mentioned, that you've been running in my mind for too long, in Chinese we call it 土味.
土味.
It's dirt related, soil related. It's not modern.
It's dirty, huh?
No, it's much. In my opinion, 土 is much better than 油. Okay. So it's much better than oily. So 土 is kind of like saying it's really a cliche and you're not very fashionable or very
creative.
Trendy or creative in that sense, but I'll accept it because it's kind of cute. But oily is like saying, ooh, you really feel good about yourself and you're using that line, but no, don't use that line. So it's different.
I think it sounds the same to me, but I mean, because it doesn't seem like the person's going to reject you even if you're being oily.
If you're being oily, the person might reject you, but if you're being 土, it's kind of fine.
How do you, I don't know what makes you oily or 土 or I don't know what it's really about the person, right?
It's about the person.
So yeah, you could say that to someone else and they might laugh and then say, okay, that was weird, but all right, we can hang out. Or someone could just be like, no, don't talk to me, you're a creep.
No, don't talk to me. That's direct.
You're a creep.
You're a creep. Ooh. Well, I think in today's internet, sometimes people say sincerity is the best weapon. So there are some very direct expressions that I think will be very helpful. For instance, can we go out together? 我可以约你出去吗? It's when you say 我可以约你出去吗, you're basically suggesting it is going to be a romantic relationship. It's just not just two friends hanging out.
Or what is that because the 约你?
约, yes, it's date related.
Okay.
约会, date.
Because ask just means one tea or one, right?
So can I ask you out in a romantic kind of scenario? So 我可以约你出去吗? Or 晚上可以请你吃个饭吗?
That sounds like, can we have dinner?
Yeah, can we have dinner tonight? 请你吃饭. And after the let's go out stage, we move on to the ooh, I love you. Can I be your girlfriend stage? And that is...
Really?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, stage-wise, there are different stages. And let's share some useful sentences for each stage.
I think it's like, let's go travel somewhere. Let's go here. Let's go there. Not, I love you. It's like, whoa, dude, we just had a few meals together.
Let me make it extra clear.
I think we're missing a couple of stages.
That's really not what I meant. What I was saying is for the first stage, it's more like asking someone out and dating and for a period of time. And after that, you move on to the confess, saying I love you, saying let's be exclusive. Let's make our relationship quite clear. Let's have a very steady relationship kind of stage. And I love you is very important in Chinese. How to say I love you in Chinese?
我爱你.
See? And you can also say I have fallen in love with you. 我爱上你了.
爱上你了.
That's funny because in English, saying I'm falling in love with you carries a downward trajectory, whereas 我爱上你了, it's like I'm climbing up the mountain of loving you. It's like an upward kind of direction.
Yeah, and I think that it's true because either way, falling is not in my world, okay, this is just my personal opinion. I think when you fall in love with somebody, it puts you in a helpless state. So I don't think
you lose control.
Yeah, so I don't think that that's really good. I think standing in love is better. Because both of you are standing and you care about each other and you love each other and you're standing strong in love for each other, but you're not falling because then you'll be helpless, and then that's where mistakes are made.
And in Chinese, we say 我爱上你了. My feeling is that it's like saying I love you and I want to be better for you. I want to climb the mountain for you. I want to move upward for you. I know it's not a formal explanation of the Chinese word 爱上, but I like to understand it that way. It's easier to remember and it's kind of nice.
Okay.
And also there's the sentence 你是我喜欢的类型. You're my type.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that one.
Why not?
I feel like, it's a little bit condescending. It's like saying, you're my type. I could go out with you. Man, I feel like I can try with you. You're not outstanding because of who you are, just because you happen to be my type. So let's try it out.
Well, type has lots of different meanings.
Really? Do you use that a lot?
It's not just physicalities. It's the personality, what you're into and what I'm into, and the interests and the things that motivate you, motivate me. So, and that's what I think makes dating so complicated, because you have so many personalities and people who think so many different ways about something. So you're conveying that you care and you like this person, but because of the word choice, this person goes in a completely different direction in their head, and that just explains how complicated, confessing or caring or trying to move forward in a relationship.
Well, maybe
really
after today, I would not carry this biased understanding towards this sentence. 你是我的类型.
I think it's a great thing. I think you're lucky to be around someone that's actually your type. It's just like, oh wow. I think that would be for me, that would be a huge compliment for someone to tell me that you're my type.
Thank you for...
Because I think there's so many types that you could have, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I would stop being negative about 你是我的类型, this sentence. What is your type though?
Well, I think that my type would probably coincide with most people. It's like someone who has a lot of the same commonalities as I do. For example, if I like, have a similar spiritual background, if we share this, then that's something that we're going to have in common. If we both like fitness and taking care of our health, or we eat a certain way, or we like watching certain kinds of movies, or we like going traveling certain places, if we have a similar sense of humor, there's so many things that, come into play when it comes to being someone's type. So if someone is your type, then it's just like, wow, I check all these boxes. That's incredible.
Oh, interesting.
So it's for different people. You have a lot more superficial people that are just like, I like the way you look. You're my type. Then that's like, okay, yeah, this person's all about the looks. It's kind of, there's no, this person doesn't have any depth. But I think on a long enough time scale, the look isn't everything. You have to be able to mesh well with this person. So,
Totally agree with you. So, 我是你的类型吗? Am I your type? 你是我的类型. You're my type. 类型 type.
类型.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's good to know. I would never ask anyone if I'm your type, but it's just good to know if someone just happens to tell you that you're my type. I would never ask it though, because then you're forcing them to kind of say that you are, even though maybe you're not, or they're not sure yet. So, yeah.
Interesting. And see, on the very beginning, you have some pickup lines where you ask someone out. That is the first time you express you have, special feelings for them. And then you use I love you, 我爱你, or 我爱上你了, I'm falling for you, to express that I want to make this relationship a little bit more serious. And then for the next time you express your strong feeling to the one you're dating, maybe is one you want to ask them to marry you. That is another stage. And the most common one is 我们结婚吧, let's get married.
结婚 is marriage, right?
我们结婚吧, let's get married. This sentence is not, it's more like an invitation than a question. For the question, you can say 你愿意嫁给我吗? Or 你愿意娶我吗? That's the thing. In Chinese, would you marry me? The Chinese sentence of would you marry me differentiate based on your gender. So if you're a girl, you want to say 你愿意娶我吗? Would you like to marry me? And if you're a guy, you say 你愿意嫁给我吗? Different. So 你愿意娶我吗? For girls. 你愿意嫁给我吗? For guys. And since we're under the theme of confessing your love to the special someone, I have to say ancient Chinese people are much, much more romantic and passionate and elaborative than we think. Even a little bit over the top.
All right.
For instance, there is this very famous Chinese poem, part of it, saying 山无棱，江水为竭，冬雷阵阵，夏雨雪，天地合，乃敢与君绝。Till mountains crumble, rivers run dry, in winter thunder rumble, in summer snow fall far and nigh, and the earth mingle with the sky. Not till then will my love die.
Oh, yeah, that sounds very poetic.
Very poetic.
Hopefully he can honor that promise, huh?
Totally. And there's also 在天愿作比翼鸟，在地愿为连理枝. On high would be two birds flying wing to wing. On earth, two trees with branches twined from spring to spring.
What does that mean in English?
Basically means I'd like to be with you. If we're birds, we're two birds together. If we're trees, we'll stand together.
Okay.
I think when it comes to love, we all have different ways to express. And it totally depends on different people, on, of course, the one you're expressing your love to. But at the end of the day, I always believe, though we say Chinese people can be very subtle, we can find it a little too embarrassing. We find ourselves too shy to express our love. But that is gradually changing. Now we started to understand the importance of saying your emotions out, expressing your love to the one that you need them to know.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's nice to do that. Even if it's once or twice in a lifetime, it's still nice to share how you really feel, and that person will never forget it.
And hopefully in the future, you guys would have the ability to say it in Chinese.
Right.
That brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Miao Honglin with Tony here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column Podcast.
You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, including Apple, Google Podcasts, and much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. And don't forget to leave your comments, ratings, and questions.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
再见.